Hello, chat. Welcome to another episode of A Quick Chat and Start Gazia. Obviously, I'm still here, and we've got Tax and Yono with me, but there's this little guy next to me that you don't know.
You don't know. Yeah, yeah.
We won't be telling you who he is for the rest of the episode. You just have to guess.
I'm actually not just gonna say anything. I'm just gonna sit here.
Guys, are you not in the know? You don't know who the person next to me is?
You should probably say your name so the people who
Wow.
don't know
No, we
should
can't.
know.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to know.
I think I should introduce myself,
You
chat.
should introduce
Yeah, go
yourself.
ahead.
Chat.
So I am Click, and I am now realizing I actually just do not have many personality traits to introduce myself with.
This is awesome.
What do you
okay.
do, Click?
Okay.
I have your personality traits right here. You're cool. You are you are swag. You have drip.
Okay.
There
I
seems
do
to be a
the funny
misprint
draw.
here.
I do the funny drawing. I also do the funny writing. I also play piano, but not very well. And I play chess. That's the thing I do. And yeah.
Why is the
This is
baby's nose
insane.
moving?
How
Should
about-
I
Hey,
should I talk about the story thing I'm writing?
I mean, I'd rather you just kind of talk about whatever you want, man. You don't gotta ask us. It is we did give you the talking stick.
Well, I'm
That's
currently
cool.
working on a story called Danganronpa 50, and I swear it's not an anime thing. It's not like a fan fiction. It just takes the base concept of Danganronpa, which is people have to kill each other, and I have my own characters and plot that's on top of it. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys checked it out. And I assume that I will be able to put a link to the description of this video or something.
It will be linked in
Yeah,
the
we will-
description and in the
Do
end
not worry,
card.
we will link you. We will link you in the description and
We
at the
will
end
put
card.
you in
Although,
the
if you
description.
don't want us to link your YouTube channel, that's all right because we can put
I
your
don't.
Twitter in.
I honestly don't
the
really have a
funny.
YouTube channel, so it's fine.
Too bad.
I
I'm putting it
I
there
only
anyway.
really have this one channel that I started with Inari a while back, and I made this one Fall Guys video, and I don't think I'm gonna do anything else on that channel just because I don't like editing all
Please.
that much anymore. But
Please talk about the Fall Guys video first. I want that to
Uh-oh.
be the first thing you talk about.
Oh, that's a very good video.
yeah,
Please
that
talk
was
about
like
the Fall Guys video.
that was like one of the first things I edited, and I'm actually pretty like proud of it. I can promote that. It's
Yeah.
it's just a
Wait,
video, so I don't know
Can I
how
promote
much I can
something
talk
really,
about
really
it. It's
quickly?
just yeah, sure.
No.
Look at this funny baby.
Ah,
Look at
What
the way
baby?
it moves its
Fucking
face.
damn it.
God damn
Hey,
it! God damn it!
okay.
I
I've
imagine
been
that
looking
it
at
makes
it
a
this
very
entire
fast
time.
sniffing sound. Each time it twitches, it goes like.
Oh my
Unironically,
god.
like half a year ago already, I
Yeah.
had this issue with the fucking baby gif because like Twos and Scrum would always spam it at me, and then they started making Gongo spam it at me, and I cannot stand the baby gif. I hate
Oh,
it
I
The
don't
so
like
baby?
much.
it. Oh, I don't like it either. It's
I don't know what it
vile.
is. It's not
It's
that it makes me
awesome.
uncomfortable that he's violent. It's not that it makes me uncomfortable that it's violently shaking, but I just despise the baby gif.
It definitely makes me uncomfortable. It's so fucking weird. I do not like it.
It's
I
awesome.
do
The more
not.
you look at it, the funnier it gets.
The more I look
Yeah,
at it, the
Tex,
more it
what
reminds
if-
me
what
of the
if you
pig
just
from
have
Dragon
it?
Ball.
What if you just have it in the corner of the screen for the entire episode?
No.
No.
What if we replace my avatar with that? And when I'm talking, he just vibrates, and when I'm
It just
not, he just
vibrates.
sits there.
And then when you stop, he's just. This is me turning into an ape mid podcast.
But yeah,
Mid podcast, we're barely 5 minutes in.
No.
Podcast is over.
my episode was supposed to be about I was supposed to kind of talk about philosophy, but I'm now realizing I just do
Yeah.
not know where to start.
Yeah,
it's such a broad thing.
your mistake was agreeing to come on here and thinking you'd be able to have a serious conversation. Did you even watch
Well,
the first
I
episode?
honestly am not expecting to have a serious conversation. There are a lot of fucking silly things in philosophy that I think would be really entertaining to talk about. Like, this was the one thing that I had in mind. There's this guy called Descartes. He's the one guy that came up with the very popular the "I think therefore I am" phrase. And actually the history behind that is really funny because he was like one of the biggest skeptics, which just meant he like wanted to know for sure. Oh, what is
Oh,
that?
what? What?
What are you doing?
Okay.
Yono?
I
What?
was saying,
Yono,
I
why did
was
you put a
saying,
microphone there?
It looked empty.
Yono.
It's not even like you could have just asked me and we could
Could
have
have
put
just
the
put that
microphone.
in post.
We literally have a
Yono. Okay,
microphone
get rid of the
access.
microphone, Yono.
No.
You know what? If you really want me to, I'll put things on the desk throughout the episode.
No,
But I
I like
don't
this
want this
microphone.
stupid looking microphone on the
Look,
desk,
it's so
Yono.
high
okay,
quality
I
compared
think
to the rest of
it's
so
everything.
out
fine.
of
It's
place,
fine,
Yono.
guys.
It is
Yono,
Guys,
it
so
looks
not
so
out of
guys.
out of
place.
place. Yono,
I
No,
don't.
you're
It's
wrong.
fine,
Yono,
guys,
please.
Click
guys,
was
guys.
Click was
It's
telling his
gone.
nice little story.
I was literally just talking.
You were just talking, and then
And
Yono puts this disgusting microphone on the table.
Okay, can I tell you the truth?
He just slides it onto the table behind your back.
Okay, so I was saying he was like one of the biggest skeptics in philosophy, which basically just means it's not the fucking definition it has today, which is just Ben Shapiro destroying this high school student that doesn't have the media training he does with facts and logic. It's like he just basically wanted to like make sure that like the things he believed in was 100%. And then he started thinking, he was like, wait, so our senses can mislead us, right? So like you can hear something when nothing actually happened, or you can see something when it's not actually there. So how do we know that
Yeah.
anything is fucking real? And then he just started fucking going insane because of it. Like he just didn't think anything was real.
That is awesome.
That's
I
so
thought,
awesome.
And
when you were
where that
saying
phrase
that,
comes from, because it's like it's basically the first thing that he like, well, I think so, I'm real. And yeah. But
Wait,
it's just really
that
funny how that came to be.
Get
you're
real.
real?
Jesus, that was a massive fucking drop off the deep end. I thought it was only gonna get as like crazy as you know those times when you think your phone vibrates in your leg, but your phone isn't even in your pocket. What? And then you just
What?
fucking and then that's what I thought you were gonna like get at, like something similar, and then you just hit all of us with the. I mean, technically, nothing could be real.
I mean,
All
yeah, that
right.
it is.
Okay.
It's philosophy is
No, but
like that.
I
It's
do
like
get it
really,
though.
really. It's really, really silly ideas that actually make sense and are serious. Like,
Yeah.
like for example, you have very well-known philosophers like Plato, and they just those guys. Like Plato was, uh, most people. I'm not sure how most people think of him, but he had this book called. Actually, I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically just like his perfect society and like how things would be if like in order to have a perfect society. And it was like, yeah, we're gonna have slavery.
Oh.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's my favorite
Uh-oh.
thing.
uh,
No, I can't laugh. No.
that was
No, I can't
actually one
laugh
of
at
the
that. It's
things in
not.
there. He's like, in my opinion, he's like one of the most fucking arrogant philosophers because he's like, oh yeah, the society is gonna be run by philosophers, okay? And then he had
Oh,
this way of like
That's like.
he had this analogy, which it's actually a really good analogy, but it's also really arrogant if you look at it the wrong way. It's the story, or just like it's something. It's basically just like uh, there are these prisoners in a cave, and they're chained to the wall, and there's a fire behind them, and people pass behind the flame. So they don't see the people passing; they just see the shadows that the people passing makes. and they haven't actually they were born in the cave, so all they know is just these shadows, right? So they think that these shadows are basically like real and they're like actual things. And then one of the prisoners actually manages to like break his chains, and he goes out to the actual world, and he's like, "Holy shit! Like everything was a lie." And then he goes back in, and he can't see the shadows anymore because he was outside, and his eyes are like funny. And every like the other prisoners that are still chained up are like, "What? You're fucking insane! What are you saying?" And it's like actually a really interesting analogy, but it's also funny just in knowing the kind of person Plato is. That of course he would come up with an analogy like, "You don't get it. I'm just
You don't get it.
enlightened."
I'm awesome.
You don't get it. You gotta base it up. You gotta, man. I've heard of that one. I remember hearing of that one of like the prisoners chained that
Yeah,
they can only like see a wall. I heard about that one, but I didn't hear. I didn't know it continued on to where one of them left and then the other one
yeah,
left.
yeah,
The
yeah.
other ones were like, no, you are lying. You are bullshit. But
It's
I do remember that it's actually I find it like a very just like interesting one
oh yeah,
because it really shows the thing of like it really shows the thing that you were saying about how reality is like perception, because for them that's what reality was, right?
yeah. And well, that's the thing with philosophy is it's very broad. Like it's basically just it's just thinking, right? It's just thinking about stuff like this. There are different
Guys, I
branches.
can
Like
do that.
there's, I can't.
What? I have a
There are
question.
there are
Chat,
like
I know how to do that.
there are different branches of philosophy, and they're all pretty different. Like there's ethics that most people know about. There's metaphysics, which is like God, and there's aesthetics, which is just like what is beauty? Can it be like objectively defined? It's really interesting. Like it's there's a lot of branches of it. So yeah.
Beauty is on the internet because we have, I mean, it's just the golden ratio. It's just Reddit gold and a Twitter ratio. That's what makes you beautiful. I
Yeah.
should know. I had
Okay.
both.
I have. Can I say there's this entire conversation? I don't know why I've kind of been zoned out, but all I've been thinking about is philosophy, more like fartlosophy, and it cannot leave my head.
This is this is a great podcast to talk about these things.
Help.
Click, we're so glad to have you here.
We're so happy.
You wanna know why we're glad? Because you are gonna be the prime example for any person that ever talks to us that shows how much we derail any conversation we ever have.
And how
I feel like
stupid I am.
how
Fart loss.
I
stupid
mean,
we are.
that's okay though,
I
because
mean,
that's
I
kind of how
mean,
podcasts go.
yeah, but like, come the fuck on. Like you said, we gotta. You were like talking about philosophy, and I said, yeah, but Reddit gold Twitter ratio. Funny.
The entire time I am just thinking of
Yo, tengo una
fartlosophy.
pregunta.
Philosophy.
Like that's
Alright.
not a joke or a bit. I just the whole time I was kind of listening like the shadow cave thing, but like all I could think about was fartlosophy.
Fart loss.
Philosophy. But let's try to let because I don't want to derail since I'm actually interested. Because
I have a question though.
right now that wait, go
What's your
ahead.
question, Yono?
Who
What's your
who's the
question,
one who
Yana?
said I think therefore I am?
Oh, that's the first guy
Me,
I talked about. Descartes.
Oh,
SpagOs,
Cogito ergo sum
A fart.
is what that is in Latin. It's
tax,
basically
gay.
what he was thinking is, okay, so if I can't know anything, it's he compared it to a basket of apples, and some of them were rotten, but you didn't know which ones unless you actually poured them out of the basket. So you would have to pour all the apples onto the ground and then start one by one putting them back in if they're not like rotten. And that's basically what he did with like just like the things he knew was real. So he started with, okay, I think, so I'm real. I think, therefore I am. Cogito ergo sum. And that was the first apple he put into the basket, basically, by like his analogy. I'm not sure if that's his
Real.
analogy, but That's what it's compared to, like most often.
Mhm.
And then
You know,
and then the next thing he was like, okay, like the next thing he was like very certain about was, okay, there is a god, which that's quite the leap there.
That
But
is.
God is an
I'm not gonna
apple.
argue God's existence or anything. That's
He
completely
saw one of those yellow apples in the thing, and he said, "Holy God is real. I have to tell everybody."
Okay,
holy
guys,
shit.
we'll
This
save the
apple is blue.
talk for the religious debate special coming this Christmas.
That's in like half a year. No.
We
I
gotta
want it
save
now.
it
I
for the
want it now. I
religious
want it now.
debate
I want it now.
special.
No, no,
Come
no, no.
on.
I know God is
We'll-
real.
We'll get every
Uh-oh.
guest we've
God is
every guest
real
we've
and
ever
he's
had.
me.
I am God.
Guys, we got God on the podcast
We
this
got
time
God
around.
on
That's
the
why he's so
podcast.
smart.
Yeah.
you just do it. You just do an episode, and it's like featuring God. Guys, we got God on the podcast, and it's just you three.
You have to figure out which one
is
of us
it
we
you-
mean. You have to figure out which one of us we mean.
Yeah,
Oh.
we all ask like, "So God, how's your day going?" And then two people respond.
No. It's like one of us says, "Hey, so God, how's your day been?" And then all three of us respond, even the one that asked the question. I think that would be a great video.
Oh Lord.
My
Yeah,
brain
yeah.
is trying to turn God into a fart pun.
God.
Stop.
Help.
Shut
My
up,
brain
fart
is a
sayer.
continuous
Okay,
fart
anyway,
machine and it does
uh,
not end.
There's this okay,
Yeah?
to kind of like have this not be as like deep, because philosophy is definitely something that's very, very like complex. Like, it sounds simple on the outside because it's just like, look, man,
Honestly,
if you just
I would say the opposite. It's like very very simple, but it seems like it just sounds very complex
well,
because
yeah,
of like
okay. But
yeah.
like it's like you kind of need like some sort of like entry like kind of thought, because then you just kind of get those like things where like somebody just tells you that the entire world could be fucking fake. Like there's that one theory that I find that I really I really like. I remember it to this day, and I heard it like half my entire life ago, so like 7 years ago or something. It's called
Mhm.
like last Thursdayism, and it's basically the
Oh
belief
yeah,
that everything was made last
last
Thursday,
Thursday, and
and
it's
then
just like
it's
all your memories
impossible.
have
No,
been
but
made
listen,
last
it's
Thursday.
impossible to debunk it, because you could be like, "Yo, but like, what about all my life I just spent like 5 years ago?" And then they just be like, "No, those thoughts were implanted into your brain when the universe was created last Thursday. It was created last Thursday."
Is that what we have
It's
Throwback Thursday?
see it's
That's
kind of silly, but
what we have Throwback Thursday.
okay,
Yes,
that actually goes into like argumentation, and also fuck, what was it called? I can't think of. Okay, I'll talk about the other thing later when I actually remember it. But like, there's this thing called burden of proof, and basically, if you're like putting forth a theory that isn't like entirely obvious, and it's not debunkable, but it's also not provable, which is like your last Thursday theory, that means the burden of proof is actually on you to prove that that is the case. Like it's not if two people are arguing and one of them's like, yeah, the universe created last Thursday, and the other is like, what, you're stupid. The one that's saying it was created last Thursday has to they have the burden of proof. Like the other one doesn't have to prove that no, it wasn't created last Thursday, because you're the one putting forth the argument.
Right.
What if
And
they just say? What if they just say it was owned by facts and logic?
that's the Ben
Science
Shapiro
wins
way.
again.
But yeah, okay, I remember what I was gonna say. It also kind of falls into pragmatism. What pragmatism is, it's basically just believing what's, as long as there's equal evidence for two situations, it's basically just believing the thing that is gonna be the best for you to believe, basically. So like in this theory, you could believe that everything was created last Thursday, but it's just easier to believe that it wasn't. And there's equal evidence for both. So you can just believe it wasn't, which is what everyone does. And
Yeah.
I would say most people, I would say almost everyone is a pragmatist in that way, even like very skeptical philosophers. Because
Yeah, for the
that
record,
also
I don't believe the
that
universe
also
was made last Thursday.
What,
that
you
also
Yeah.
applies
don't?
to that also applies to that thing with
No, it
Descartes,
was last
where
Tuesday.
that also applies to that thing with Descartes, where nothing, like, not technically everything could be fake. Like, you can't disprove that. That's just the way that it is. But it's just easier to believe that it wasn't. Like, it's more pragmatical. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now.
Yeah. No, I get it. Well, actually, what you
It's more
said
pragmatic.
reminds me. What you said reminds me of like there's another theory. I think I'm sorry I'm turning all of your like genuine philosophy into just me talking about conspiracy theories I
It's
heard the
not
other
the
day.
last Thursday thing is
But
a genuine philosophical thing.
well,
Don't worry about it.
yeah, but it's more well, it's not as much of it's more of a philosophical topic, I think, at least. I might
It's
be
more of a
wrong.
thought
It's
experiment in
more a
my opinion.
philosophical topic because of the fact that it's like the only reason you talk about it in philosophy is to say, like, to have people say, okay, then prove it. It's like to have it as like an example of what not to do. That's
Yeah.
how that I remember that's like how people tend to talk about last Thursdayism and like genuine, like real philosophy. But the thing I was going to talk about was like that one fucking theory that some people believe or like that some people just like kind of mention and like think where it's like they say you technically any of us could be like expert mind readers and like we could know everything anybody was thinking, but because of that we've been placed into like a fake like simulated reality where everybody has empty thoughts, so you don't know that you don't know that you can read minds, you just think you don't but you can. That's the theory. It's basically just the Thursday one because then people are like, oh yeah, then why do you believe that? And they're like, I don't know, there's no reason I can't. And I mean, technically, you're right, but uh,
Uh, yeah, I think I've heard that one before. There are a lot of interesting thought experiments. Like, there's this one, and I'm probably gonna get it wrong because I've heard it like once a long time ago. But it's basically uh, like let's say that there's this AI that's created in the future, right? If you really do believe that like AI is actually going to be a dangerous thing, then let's say that this AI is like evil, quote unquote, and it considers that everyone who didn't make a conscious effort to make it exist before it existed is evil. Like in its opinion, if since we're not like actively trying to make it real, we're actually evil. So then they could actually like they're going by that thought process, they're going to like torture us and stuff. And it's basically the thought experiment is, well, now that you've realized this, shouldn't you go out and make the AI real, or at least try to, because then you won't get tortured, right? It's like a really
oh
interesting.
fuck, wait, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think I've ever specifically heard of that one, but that's wow, that is cool.
that's like a big
Yeah,
brain moment.
That's like an actual like thing, because then like everybody just kind of tries to do it at the same time, and then it doesn't matter. We just all get fucked.
yeah, and
I don't think the
it's
AI would
like a
torture us.
self-fulfilling.
Would torture us so much as they would just kind of like take over everything, and then kind of just like fucking. They'd probably like shoot us into space forever, like fucking cars at the end of JoJo. They just kind of let us freeze in space and die.
there's this uh There's this one video by this channel called Exurb1A. They're a really, really cool channel. They make really good writing videos and stuff. Not videos on writing, just like stories and stuff. Uh, Although they have videos on writing, so. Anyways, they have this one video that's it's like this person just wakes up in a white space, and there's like this orb in front of them, and the orb's like, "Yeah, you're in the afterlife. How do you like it?" person's like, oh, cool. And then the orb starts like talking about stuff they did wrong, just like, oh yeah, remember that crush you had in high school, and you didn't like tell them how you felt. They actually felt the same way, but they just got tired of waiting. And like after a while of just the orb saying these things, the guy is like, "Oh, I know what I must do. You're gonna send me back, and I'm gonna fix everything." And the orb's like, "What? No, I'm torturing you."
It's like that one guy.
and it's like, yeah, we're gonna talk about like shit you did wrong for like 100,000 years or some shit, and then we're gonna erase your memory and do it again since humans weren't too kind to technology when we weren't conscious. So we're just creating like duplicates of the people who were dead, and we're just torturing them for like eternity, basically.
Yo,
Guys,
that's my favorite.
you want to know
kind
what
of
this
thing.
reminds me of? It's just like that one episode of Rick and Morty where Morty gets the
Stop!
crystal
Stop! Stop!
No.
Guys, this reminds me of Rick and Morty.
And like I should say, these are obviously all just like interesting thought experiments. None of it is like, yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
No, yeah, of course. Except for Rick and Morty, that's real.
I have
Yeah,
a
yeah, sadly.
500 IQ
Yeah,
because I
that
watch
happened
Rick
in
and
real
Morty.
life.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Forty.
Morty.
I was just gonna mention that one episode where like Morty gets this stupid fucking like future vision rock stuck in his forehead, and it keeps telling him how to make all the right decisions in order to get to like the future he wants.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty is actually kind of funny, but it's
Rick
just
and
the
Morty
fan
is
base
actually
around it.
kind of
Community is
funny.
god
Yeah,
awful.
I've like it's
Dog shit.
the fan base around it is fucking awful, but it does
Mhm.
have really funny episodes in my opinion. It's just
Yeah.
it just has interesting concepts.
It has really funny, like it genuinely has really funny writing. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
uh,
Because it has Dan Harmon, and Dan Harmon's a fucking
yeah,
he's an
didn't he
amazing
worked
he's an
on?
amazing comedian and
He
writer.
did Community.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Community.
did.
That's what.
Yeah, he did Community, and that's like one of the best fucking sitcoms.
For some reason, I almost said The Office. Well,
No,
what was?
that was
Did you
what's
guys?
his name? Fuck,
That
I
was
can't remember.
Don Cheadle.
No.
Yeah.
Did you guys
I
see that
love
one?
Don Cheadle.
I don't know if I don't think I mentioned this last time, but it was something that happened on
Oh, that
April
was
Fools.
sorry. The Office was Ricky Gervais. That's he came up with the concept and he did the UK version. But yeah, go on.
He did the British version, but there's also the
Yeah.
American. I was thinking of the American version,
He's
but
also a
they're
funny
both.
comedian.
I've seen both of them. They're both like fine.
I've seen the American version like the 3 seasons in or something.
What was I
Mhm.
gonna mention again? Oh yeah, on April 1st, Adult Swim got a bunch of kids to dub over Rick and Morty episodes.
What?
Oh
To
yeah.
what?
Did you guys see that?
You showed
No,
me. It
wait.
was
What did
really
they do?
funny.
Yeah. Okay. So what Adult Swim did is, as an April Fool's joke, they made it so that all of their programming was kid friendly, and all they did, from like my knowledge, they might have done a little more, but from my knowledge, all they did that day was only show episodes of Rick and Morty that were dubbed over by children. So Rick was voiced by a child, Jerry was voiced by a child, Morty was voiced by a child,
No.
and but like the thing is, they still had all the same scenes of like people dying, and like that one scene where like Jerry kisses like a guy on like a cruise ship, and when they're kissing, the little kids just go nom nom nom, kissing.
That's really,
And then
really
they
funny.
changed Mr. Poopy Butthole's name to just Mr. Poopy Butt.
That's
No.
awesome.
Mr. Poopy
They did
Butt.
it was unironically very funny. Like they did a good job. That I liked that April Fool's
The
joke.
thing with Rick and Morty is, and why people don't like it is like like when you see people talk about it, it seems really fucking stupid because like, oh, there's a character named Mr. Poopy Butthole, and people find this funny. but like with context, it actually makes sense. It's like supposed to be like they just introduced this character called Mr. Poopy Butthole, and he's just really fucking obnoxious, just out of nowhere, and they act like it was a normal thing throughout the entire like series. So in that sense, it's actually like comedic. But
Yeah.
when you hear someone talk about it, it's like Mr. Poopy Butthole is so funny.
It's freaking like, and then it's either that or they get to the part where they talk about the fact that Mr. Poopy Butthole is like a gunshot wound survivor and he has to like walk around in a cane.
Yeah.
It's so weird to talk about shit like that. But it's like,
It really only
and
makes
that's
sense
what
with
makes it really hard to like see people talk about it because you really
Yeah.
only get two sides where it's just like lol Mr. Poopy Butthole funny and you think it's like the stupidest shit, or you just get like the guy from fucking McDonald's saying he's Pickle Ree.
Oh my god. Oh no.
That's, by the way,
Jesus.
I think if I'm not mistaken, that whole situation is like 5 years old at the, well, let me see.
Oh
There's
my
no
god.
way that is
McDonald's,
5 years
oh,
old.
that's
There's
the
no
No.
That's
fucking
like
way.
3 or
fuck.
4 years old or
I
something.
refuse to believe that is 5 years old.
It's old.
2017. It's 4 years old.
Oh my
Ah!
god.
No.
I remember that like it was like 2 years ago at most. Holy shit.
I remember. Yeah. It feels so weird, but no, that was 4 years ago.
Man, time flies
Jesus.
by.
True.
Why
Yeah.
are we talking about Rick and Morty again?
Because
I
were
was
talking about
philosophy.
philosophy.
Tag is funny.
I'm too funny, guys. I'm too funny. I need to be kicked off.
I'm gonna replace you
No,
with
don't
Don
leave.
Cheadle
Your
from the hit
canonical
movie
life is gonna
Space
die.
Jam 2.
That's true. That's true. I need to stay here. I need more followers on Twitter. Yeah. Guys, go follow Click on Twitter. He makes really cool stuff, and he made a commission for this really cool guy, and he drew this one character in the baby pose.
Mhm.
It actually wasn't supposed to be the baby pose. They just wanted them to be
No,
holding their head.
no. You can't play
Listen,
dumb with
listen,
me.
listen.
It was a blue background, and they had their hands right on their temples. You
Listen.
cannot.
Listen, they just wanted the
Click.
character. They just wanted the character to be holding their head, and I was like, "Well, that's gonna be a dumb pose, but fine if that's what you want. It's. I mean, I'm doing a commission."
And then
but
you
yeah.
gave it a baby.
The baby. You
The
get. It's just that I wouldn't have really realized it unless if you hadn't given it the blue background, but you did.
I
It's like
didn't
the
think
same
that. I didn't
exact.
know that was a very like iconic thing of the baby. Like, I honestly didn't think about it. I just added a blue background.
Does it look
Yeah,
nice?
it's just that since the album is like blue, it's kind of like with Among Us, where like you permanently remember that in your mind now.
Oh god. Oh no.
Among Us never leaves. It is persistent throughout time.
Eldritch pattern recognition.
Can we hide just like an Among Us character somewhere in the episode? But like it's
No, we
really
did that
really well
we
hidden.
did that with Spag's Day Out.
Just throughout the entire
I may or
episode,
may not
there's
have
just
done that
there's
for the
just
last
a
episode.
crewmate like
I won't
somewhere.
Wait,
know.
you did?
I may or may not have. I'm not gonna
Did
say
you
if
not
I
watch
did or
the
if I didn't.
episode?
I'm
Oh
just
no,
gonna
you
bring up
didn't!
the
I
You
did.
you evil bastard! I know you
I
didn't.
might have.
You're
You'll
just
have to
making
rewatch
people
the
go back and
episode.
look.
Yeah,
You're
you know,
making
look
Yeah,
at
you
that.
gotta
people watch
rewatch
the
it and
first
see if it's
one
there.
just so that we get. Yeah, no,
could
guys,
be
go watch
there.
the
Look,
first
go to
one.
the description and
I'm
we'll
pretty
have
sure
it
it was
there.
pretty obvious if I did put it in.
Yeah, but you just have to watch the whole podcast to make sure you didn't miss it, right,
Maybe
guys?
at the end I'll mention if it was really in the last episode, but you'll at least have to watch it all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
guys are
Don
nice,
Cheadle.
right?
You done cheated.
Click. What do you got? Click.
Can
What do you
keep
think
that
of
in?
Don Cheadle?
Can you keep that in? Just Spag and
I'm
Tax trying
keeping
to
that.
liven
I'm
up the
keeping that
conversation
whole
at
part
the same
on.
time.
Yeah, that's all going in. Did you guys see that Don Cheadle is in Space Jam 2?
Oh
I
yeah,
did
that's
not.
fucking
He's
I
in
horrifying.
did.
what?
the horrifying holograms, like the thing. Oh my
Oh
god.
Oh,
my
the
God.
hologram Don Cheeto is in Space Jam 2?
Yeah, that's from the
That's
trailer.
where it came from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I share a birthday with Don Cheadle.
We
No,
have
you
the
don't.
Don Cheetle on our podcast?
That
No.
joke has never been
Yeah.
made before.
Don Cheadle, is that you?
Yeah, dude, it
Oh,
was
I
so
remember
funny.
I shared a birthday with someone. Who?
It's not gonna be as cool as Don Cheadle.
I remember it was like fucking. Let's see, October 25, famous birthdays.
Yeah, November
Also, shout out Don
29.
Cheadle.
Don
He's like an
Cheadle.
actually really nice guy.
Yes,
Oh,
and he's
yeah,
also a
absolutely.
pretty good actor too, honestly, except for the fact that nobody ever remembers the movies he's in.
Yeah.
He's in the
I
Marvel
always remember
universe,
the name
right?
Don Cheadle.
He's in the yeah, he is. Do you
I
know which
wouldn't have
really-
character he
noticed.
is?
He's the knockoff Iron Man,
All right.
Mm,
right?
no.
All right.
But okay, now we're gonna have to do the every episode. There's gonna be a Twitter account shout out. But
Don
I
Okay.
Cheadle
really
word of
like
the day.
Don Cheadle word of the day.
Yeah.
It's so good. Don
Dude, I
Cheadle
love
word
that
of the
account
day
so
is
much.
so good. I really like
Also,
Despair.
the thing, it has fucking dedication. Like if you look on the posts, it says posted on like iPhone or something. Like they post them manually. It's not like a bot.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the best part too.
Hang
They
on,
like
hang on, I'll be right
specifically
back.
they specifically open up their dictionary and flip through a couple pages and say Don Cheadle needs to say this.
Don Cheadle says Despair.
Don Cheadle says despair. I like that brief period where they were using the Don Cheadle hologram from Space Jam 2.
What? I have not been on that website for so long. I need to see this.
For like I think maybe they did it as like an April Fool's thing. For a short period of time, they used the Don Cheadle hologram for the word of the day, and then they switched back to like that just that one picture where he looks really like worried.
Don Cheadle word of the day. Let me see. Today's word is misery.
Why are they
That's
all so?
awesome.
Why are they all awful?
What do you mean they're all awful? That's just not true.
They're all
Oh,
so
I really
mean.
like the horrifying one on April 3rd. Don Cheadle
Yeah,
word
I'm
of the day. What in all caps?
Yeah.
That's
What?
scary.
1 second, I'll put it in the group chat and I'll put it up on screen right now.
Thank you, taxpayer.
Thank you, taxpayer.
What?
Taxpayer, more
Don
like
Cheadle word
nice
of the day.
payer.
What? Don Cheadle looks like he's gonna cry in that picture.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one I
yeah,
meant.
sure.
The hologram Don Cheadle. That's from okay. That is from the short period of time that they were. I wasn't making that up. Misery.
Don Cheadle
Yeah, that
word
one.
of
He
the day,
looks really
misery.
like sad or like
That's
worried
Don
about
Cheadle.
something.
Don Cheadle word of the day. Misery.
He looks like he's like tearing up.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if they would have taken the picture even a couple, like a couple fucking microseconds later, he'd just be bawling his eyes out.
Don Cheadle word of the day.
I love Don. Guys, shout out to Don Cheadle Word of the Day. Go follow them on Twitter. It's not
I
like
really
Mhm.
like
we're
Don Cheadle.
yeah.
I'm
Anyways,
really
let's try
tired.
to let's try to get let's try to get back on topic. So
Yeah, just for reference, like right now it's 2:50 a.m. So that's if I'm not talking too much, that's probably why.
yeah,
'Cause
click us
like,
for just so people do realize we were at least on my end. I had forgotten how different my time zones were from like Click. Cause like with Yono and Tax, we're like only like Yono I think is in my time zone, and then Tax is only
Yeah.
like an hour or like a couple hours behind or like in front of me, and then
Mhm.
and then Click, it's 2 a.m. for him right now, and it's 6
no,
p.m. for me.
it's 2:50 a.m.
Well, yeah, it's 3 a.m. for him. It's 7 p.m. for me. He is
It's
very far away. Alright.
By the way, that reminds me. I want to quickly talk about this episode's sponsor, Dollar Shave Club.
We are not
Dollar
sponsored
Shave
yet.
Club is the. Yeah. I hope they sponsor us. They seem like really nice people.
I need to
They would
look at my
totally
email for that.
I'm
You know, they
gonna
seem like nice people because they
ruin
like pay
every
they
opportunity
pay.
for sponsorship ever right now.
Have
I
you
hate
guys?
app games. I hate sponsorship. I hate boxes. If you're gonna like be sending someone a box of supply, no, it is a ripoff. It is a scam. Just go to a store, buy the item. Do not
It is
order
a
a box that will be delayed.
it is a
That is
scam
so
only.
true.
It is a scam, but only if they do not sponsor us. If they sponsor, it's
If
No,
they
if you
sponsor us, it's
sponsor
not a
us,
scam.
you're actually really your app is really cool. Is that
Your app
Raid
is
Shadow
good.
Legends in the corner? That just reminded me of today's sponsor.
Leave the call.
Genshin
But
Get out.
Impact.
Get out.
what do you
Get
guys?
out.
What do you
Get
guys
out.
think?
Get out. Get out.
What do you
Get
guys
out.
think
This is
of
what
the?
No,
happens.
I don't
Get
have
out.
I don't have many canonical lives. We only
Yeah, you
get
have
3.
three. I
I
lost two
can't
of
die
mine.
now.
It's your turn to lose one. I'm killing
I
you
can't.
off. I'm killing
No.
you off.
No,
Get out.
no, I'm
Spag
gonna
just
kill
doesn't show
myself
up.
off.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're missing someone.
oh,
Oh, iPhone.
Wow. Okay, that was awesome.
okay. I was saying, what do you guys
Uh-oh.
think of the Walter White image? The one where he's just devastated, falls onto the ground.
I really like it.
It's like
Dude,
a
it's
Walter
really
White moment.
it's really funny to me that that's become a meme because that's like Breaking Bad is like genuinely one of the best shows ever made. Like
Yeah,
it's
but it
got
doesn't have many like memes like with it, right?
yeah.
Like, it's only
Well,
recently started getting a bunch of shit like that.
it's well no, it's always had memes, but like they've been really shitty. like
Hey
and
Jesse,
the
you want
current
to go
news
to McDonald's? Okay, Mr. White.
yeah, and the current and the new resurgence, I guess, is just kind of like making fun of those kind of boomer.
Yeah.
But it's like genuinely a really fucking good show, and that scene is just like probably one of the most well acted ones in the entire series, and it's just become this fucking meme that like
It's
if
been
anyone like
fucking
decides to
demolished.
yeah if anyone decides to just watch the show and they get to that fucking emotional part, all they're gonna be thinking of is just oh that's the fucking meme, and they're
They're
not
just
gonna be
gonna
able
be
to take it
laughing their
seriously.
asses off the whole time.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happens.
Oh,
Man.
dude, it's a great show. There are some shows that I would talk on and on about. But one of them is Mr. Robot. It has a
Mr.
really.
Robert.
I don't like the first season, but dude, after that, it's fucking amazing. It's like my favorite show ever, probably. I would just go on and on about it, but I don't want to spoil it just in case anyone watches it.
Click.
I think Tuz is probably gonna watch this episode, and we're watching that with her. So
I know
I'm
what
watching
we
that
need
with
to
her.
talk about.
No, the
Oh,
420 awards.
420 awards.
no.
What?
Do you
Okay.
know about those?
I'm gonna start by introducing Cool Cat.
Oh,
Do you guys know who
Cat?
Cool Cat is?
Oh,
Cool
Cool Cat loves to boogie woogie.
Yes,
yeah.
Spag knows who Cool Cat is.
Yono, do
like-
you know
Loves
Cool
to
Cat?
I've
boogie.
heard of the name and maybe seen the fursuit around.
Do you know of Daddy Derek?
Okay.
Excuse
I'm
me?
gonna introduce this. I'm gonna introduce this to Yono. So basically, there's this guy called Derek Savage,
Derek, yeah.
and he just
Oh.
he made this really shitty kids movie called and
Cool Cat
and
saves the day.
Cool
What?
Cat saves the kids or something. And
Yeah.
It was Saves the Kids. It was Saves the Kids.
yeah, and the YMS, Your Movie Sucks reviewed it, and YMS and Derek Savage just became really good friends. And then I Hate Everything reviewed it, and because he just decided
you
to
cut out.
You cut out.
Okay, I was saying, and then I Hate Everything like reviewed it, and there's this whole drama because they copyright strike to the IHE review, even though it's like the same thing as the YMS review. But yeah, and
that's the part that was really weird to me, because like he basically made fun of it in like almost the same way,
yeah,
but for some reason Derek was like, no, 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 no. You see, this guy's British. We can't have Brits talking about Cool Cat.
They're
but
You
not
just
yeah,
don't
cool enough.
understand.
and Derek Savage basically just he's this like he makes these really fucking weird things, and he made this thing called the 420 Awards.
Hmm.
It's just apparently he wants it to be one of the biggest awards shows,
The
and it's
420 awards,
yeah,
like the
it-
funny
What
weed
this
number.
the fuck does that
yeah.
mean?
What?
Dude, I don't fucking know. And me
It's
and
so
Tax
weird.
watched it, and it was the funniest shit ever. I'd already watched the first episode, but I hadn't watched the second episode, and I reacted to it with Tax for the first time. And I mean, it's once a year, and it's gonna be next one's gonna be in 8 days. So
Wait,
we're so
God.
fucking excited to watch that with Tax.
Excuse me, what?
we have to
Yeah.
watch it now.
Yeah, because it's gonna be 420 in 8 days.
In 8
Mhm.
days?
Yo,
Yo, that's like
Yo,
2 days before my
It's really
birthday.
funny. It's really funny.
It's
They do
so
this
funny.
ridiculous stuff. Cause like,
And
so first of
Yo.
it's
all,
god
like in the
awful.
first episode, Derek just says like, "Yeah, this is the first non-political awards show," and it's yeah, the fucking 420 awards. Not
420
Yeah.
awards would be the
In
first
the second
non-political.
one, in the
and
second one, he
of
says
all,
he's not going to make any jokes about COVID-19, right? And
yeah,
then he proceeds almost immediately to make a COVID joke.
to just
So
make
COVID,
like to just
right,
make
guys?
sensitive jokes, and
Man.
so there's this one section where they're like talking about the Nazis, and one of them, Mr. Robot. Fuck, I'm saying Mr. Robert now because one of them is Mr. Robot, and he's just like Mr. Robot, and it's showing the clip, and underneath it just in Comic Sans says Mr. Robert. And me and Tex are just fucking laughing at that, and every time we just say Mr. Robert now, it's really funny.
Mr. Robert.
Mr.
It's such a
Robert.
good show.
That sounds
I hate
actually
open
awesome.
shows, but this is the only one that I have genuinely enjoyed.
Fuck, yeah, you know what? Fuck talking about directing. Let's just keep talking about fucking Derek Savage. Jesus Christ, I didn't know.
He is a
I didn't know there
director.
was this much lore.
He's a
Wow.
director, a bad one.
He's something, dude.
He's a entity.
I think like the guy playing Cool Cat, like doing his voice, like yeah, like that guy just
Yeah.
is not working with Derek Savage anymore.
No, definitely not. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
But who's
I
gonna
think
play
there's-
Cool Cat now?
Oh,
Who's
also,
gonna play
I was-
Cool Cat
Oh yeah,
now?
Cool Cat
watching,
made an
like,
appearance at the 420 Awards.
I was watching the anime, like I was watching the YMS video to Cool Cats again, and they mentioned this like theory, I guess, on like quote unquote for Cool Cat saves the kids, like the movie. And it's like, okay, hear me out. What if Cool Cat and his mother, so oh, I should say this by the way, since Yono doesn't know. Cool Cat and his mom in the movie are like just fucking in cat costumes.
Okay,
And,
no. This is something I
like-
wanted to mention. Cool Cat is literally just a fursuit, right? It's just a guy in a
Yeah,
fursuit,
yeah.
a big
Mhm.
orange cat fursuit, and the mom is the same exact fursuit, but
With
it
a
has like
wig.
an apron on and like a wig, and like
yeah, and
I
it has
think
a.
lipstick.
It doesn't have a. It. I don't think it has a wig. It just has the only thing I can is just lipstick. And
I think they give it an apron and lipstick, which is kind of sexist, but like whatever. Wait,
yeah,
no,
and it's like the same
wait,
fursuit, and
no,
it's
no. It gets so much weirder because okay, so first of all, it literally is sexist because I specifically remember the fact that Cool Cat's mom is only ever seen in the kitchen, but also Derek Savage, like in the movie, is his like character name is Daddy Derek, and he's Cool Cat's like he's Cool Cat's like dad, which means he's married to just a woman in a fursuit.
yeah, it's supposed to be like the lore is supposed to be that they're actually cats, and Cool Cat is like a kid, even though like he looks exactly like his fucking mom in terms of like dimensions.
He's
But
huge.
and Daddy Derek, his dad is somehow just not a cat. But like there's this theory, right? That Cool Cat is just this fucking grown man who likes to cosplay as a kid, and in a fucking fursuit. And so is his mom, quote unquote.
Oh
And
no.
and
Oh, oh lord.
and Daddy Derek is just someone who who is indulging them in this fucking fantasy.
Oh
And it's really funny to
Oh
think
no.
about.
This
Oh,
is
no.
cursed. That is cursed.
We Yono, you want to watch Cool Cat someday? I actually haven't watched Cool Cat fully,
Yeah, I haven't
like
Let's
either.
ever. I
watch
think
it. Watch it.
It's
I
so
just
funny.
know a lot about it.
Chad and Stargazia watches Cool Cat.
Yeah, let's just call this episode something with Cool Cat instead of a click chat and Stargazia. That would be
No, no, it
awesome.
has to be a click Chad and Stargazia.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
think
still like
Click
that.
Cat and Stargazy is good.
Yeah, what about a cool cat chat in Stargazia?
A cool cat and Stargazia.
Oh my
Wait, no,
god.
that already exists though. That's me. What the fuck?
You're
Oh
not
wait,
cool.
that's true.
What? I'm not cool?
Get owned.
Guys, Yono was Cool Cat.
Oh,
All Malong. Yono was Cool Cat all the long.
all the
Oh, also it's really
Oh.
funny because Derek Savage just uses fucking Comic Sans.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
every
it's
single
really funny.
opportunity. It's like how people complain about Has Been Hotel having a shit ton of stupid little sound effects added. Cool Cat is like every second has a stupid fucking sound effect.
Okay,
It's so bad.
I'm gonna be honest. The fucking Hasbin Hotel is really well made. I don't know why people.
No, it is really well made. I'm just saying that I think it is a legitimate like complaint that they had that it had way too many sound effects because it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
did.
yeah. I don't know. I don't think it did. I think that was.
I
I don't
think
know. I
that
didn't notice it. I didn't
my
notice
only
it.
issue with that is that just the community is awful. Like
Yeah, well, I
uh
haven't really seen the community, but I can. But like the episode itself was really well made in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no,
It
100%.
was just
I'm
really
still
good.
really
Like the
invested.
premise itself is also really like good. Like I would watch that, and ironically.
yeah.
Did you guys see MadPat's game theory on it?
No, he made a game theory on it.
I really
No.
like. Wait! I need to pull up the video of Matt Pat screaming. I just simultaneously whipped him.
Seriously whipped a nay.
No.
I just simultaneously whipped a nay.
I
It's sick.
simultaneously whipped a
While you do
nay.
that, I'll explain the MatPat game theory. So
It's like
the
5
film
seconds.
theory, I guess it's a film theory because it's a show.
Yeah.
So he starts it off by having a smaller theory that Alistair is actually Bill Cipher.
Oh,
I'm not going to go into any more context for that. You just
Of
have
course,
to believe me.
Because well, they talk silly and they have top hats. Actually, I don't know
Yeah,
if
and they
they have
always
top
make
hats.
deals shaking their hands. Those are
Oh yeah,
what
that
you
that.
said is literally his theory, by the way.
God.
Of course it is.
I really
What a character motif? What's that?
wait,
What the
Click. Didn't
fuck
we
are
watch like
those?
a Minecraft game theory and it was just terrible?
Oh
The
yeah,
Minecraft game theories
there's
are
this
I
one
don't.
clip, dude. There's this one clip I really fucking love, and it's just him. He's like, it's from an actual game theory, but it's like cut out of context, so you don't get the context
Nothing.
until the
Not
end.
even that lolly in the background is
it's
sexier than math. I love
What?
that
No,
clip.
no. Listen. It's not that clip. It's there's this clip, right? It's he's talking. He's basically just like in the Quran, the book of Islam, and he's just like talking about it. He's like, and so the number 23 is clearly very important. He just like goes on this very long tangent about the fucking Quran and why
Mhm.
the number 23 in it is important. And then at the end, it just says, so with that in mind, the 23 pillars in the Minecraft sea
Oh
symbol,
yeah.
and it just cuts.
It's so awesome.
That is actually deranged. He's the real life Joker.
He is the real life Joker. He is the real life crazy hamburger wielder.
Crazy
The
hamburger.
what now?
Crazy
real crazy hamburger
hamburger.
wielder?
Have you not seen the crazy hamburger video?
No.
No.
Oh no.
We'll show
I'm
it
gonna
to
show
you.
so many clips. Oh god.
This is gonna be awesome.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! This is horrible! Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Anyway, I'll talk about the MatPat game theory now. So he starts it off by talking about the fact that he thinks that Alistair is Bill Cipher, and then he says that the whole like he hinges the theory on there's no way you can redeem all the people in hell because there's too many. Look at all the sinners that are going to come in every year. And then literally that the entire theory falls flat because of the fact that the premise isn't to redeem everybody in hell, it's just to prove that it can happen.
Right.
Like, okay, I know this is not related to the game theory, but I'm kind of confused on in Hazbin Hotel. They're like every like year or something. There's a purge that happens or something where just
Yeah,
people are killed
because of
in hell
overpopulation
because
and
because of
funny.
overpopulation. What I don't get is like, aren't you in hell? How do you get killed? Where do you go?
Literally, Angel Dust makes the joke about where will I go to double hell.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be
Also,
explained.
wait, something else I have to mention. The entire episode, Matt Pat refuses to say hell.
Oh,
He
That's
just he
awesome.
just says heck every single time.
oh my god.
Oh,
He says
Matthew.
there's so many people going into heck that it's impossible for what the fuck was the
It's
name
not-
for
it's not
Charlie to
even
be
because-
able to redeem everybody.
No. It's not even because of demonetization. He just refuses to say the word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
wants
he
his
says
videos
Whip
to
and
be
Nene just
censored.
fine, doesn't he, huh?
Yeah, he says, I
Double
just
standard.
simultaneously
He
whipped
whipped
a
and
nade.
nade.
Batman, I just simultaneously whipped a name.
No.
It's it's a meme, Batman. But anyway, that was that's the game. That's the Has-Been Hotel game theory. It's really
Now it's time for an
funny.
ad.
Time for an ad.
Time for an ad. Here we go,
Time for an
chat.
ad.
You hungry? You want something to eat? I've got something for you. Here you go. Whoa! What? You want a souvlaki? Well, you'll have to impress me, monkey.
It's souvlaki.
Souvlaki up. You'll do anything to get one.
Souvlaki hot.
Wow, that was an awesome ad. Wow.
Wait, we
Yep.
played an ad?
I couldn't
Yeah,
keep
didn't you
up
see
with
it, Yono? You can get your
Souvlaki.
down in the description below.
There
I
was
wasn't paying
definitely a
attention.
souvlaki ad, and I definitely didn't forget to put in a souvlaki ad and just made it a different one.
What if he like copyright strikes us for having his like old
Souvlaki.
ad in our video? That would be
I
really
want to
funny.
find the oldest souvlaki ad.
Yeah, like the one from like 2016 where they only just released the
Souvlaki.
merch.
No, he
Yeah.
would never do such a thing.
No,
Matthew
do the one,
Patrick.
no, do the one where he was selling that red leather shirt, like leather jacket that he always wears, and he was like, "This is my jacket, but now you can wear it and be a true theorist, just like me."
That's
Oh my
awesome.
god.
And he says he had it custom made to be sold.
That is what
He
we
It
like
was
to
pretty-
call
he
insane.
really is a guy, huh?
Yeah, Matthew
Man.
Patrick. What a man.
That's really
So if
funny.
I don't have the red leather jacket, does that mean I'm not a real theorist?
No,
Yes.
you're not a real theorist.
Matt Pat as a concept is really funny.
That's a concept. Yo, we're bringing it back to
Contribution,
philosophy.
let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go.
I believe in Matt pathology.
Matt Pat. Click, aren't you really good at
Methodology.
chess?
I'm not really good.
I think
like
you
chess.
are.
No, Click is very good at chess. He always beats me. I mean, it could be that
I
I just
don't
don't
always beat you.
concentrate, but you always beat me.
Click, can I
I don't
Can I
always
play
beat
you
you.
on
Yeah,
chess?
Time I was finally concentrating
Uh,
and beating you, you resigned, and then I fucking fell out of my like zone so hard I just could not come back.
Yono, sure, but not now.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
I'm not really good. I'm like 800. No, I'm not even 800. I'm like barely 700 rated, which is not that good. I'm trying to get to like 800 and eventually
I think I'm
1,000.
3.
I had like 900 because one day I was just bored and I went on a massive winning streak,
Oh,
and I was like at 1,016 when I first played against Click, but then I lost a bunch of
and
my
now you're
like
at like
ranking because
886.
yeah, because I never pay attention when we play because we always play in rooms filled with other people, or I just like get distracted by like an ant on
Yeah,
my desk.
if you're like
Oh,
300
squirrel.
or something, it's really easy to you just gotta be like, you just gotta pay attention to captures. You're like, oh, maybe I should move my queen if a pawn is attacking it, and you'll get to like 600.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how
further than
chess
that is
works.
actually hard.
Okay,
Checkers is
so
like chess
Tax.
but better.
So Tax, the horse moves in an L pattern.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What do you
Excuse me,
mean
it's the
no?
knight. It's the
No.
knight.
What the fuck do you mean no?
It's called
No,
the
with
knight, not a
checkers it's better.
horse.
Checkers
Guys,
is so much better
guys,
and gooder.
it's Boku no Hero Academia, okay?
What are you
No,
on?
it's Boku no Pico.
You dare!
I'm hitting my
Don't
head
watch
with
an
a
anime
plastic
called
tube.
Boku's.
Plastic tube.
Don't go
Plastic
watching an anime
tube.
called
Hitting
Boku.
my
In
head
the
with
third
plastic
episode, they have
tube.
3 people,
Plastic
3
tube.
brothers.
Plastic tube.
I'm glad Yono gets that joke.
Tax, how are you perfectly replicating the bonk sound?
I'm hitting my head with a plastic tube.
It sounds like the bonk
Oh,
sound.
It hurts.
that makes. Oh, you should stop.
You should
I can
like
do it
maybe
too.
not do that.
I can do it.
Whoa.
I can do it too. Watch.
So, Click, you want to talk
This is an
about
awesome game,
the
Yono.
times that we played chess? Click, what are some of your favorite things about playing chess? I have a couple stories about chess.
My favorite thing about playing chess is when I go for a scholar's mate, which is this checkmate in 4 moves, and the other person
Oh,
just doesn't see it.
the one that got XQC.
Yeah. Well, the one that got XQC was a bit different, but yeah, it's similar to that. It's just basically you make your queen go in front of the bishop next to the king, and you make your bishop go to the same place. So those two pieces are attacking it, and you just move your queen all the way, like to take the pawn in front of the bishop. And if the king takes, you would just take with the bishop, and yeah, it's just no other piece can take the queen.
Instant win.
Yeah. Instant win. I have this one story of chess because so I also consider I've been making fun of my own like chess gameplay for like the entirety of us talking about the topic, because the fact that like I genuinely don't pay attention when I'm playing chess with Click, but like I would consider myself decently good at chess, and it's because
Yeah.
like my school used to have these like classes where you'd have to pick a sport to like play or practice every like week. And so usually like people would pick stuff like, oh, I'm going to do basketball, I'm going to do soccer, I'm going to do like water polo because they had water polo. Um and then I would always be like, I'm going to go play chess. So I just like for I think they only had it for like a couple of years while I was there. And then like the only time I didn't play chess, I played basketball and failed horribly. So then I just went back to chess the next year. And I remember I was able to get into like the like my school's like big chess team thing. And I remember going and like for some reason they had this massive ass coliseum, but they like they put us in there and all that shit. But then like for us to compete, they would just kind of like make us all leave and go into like separate tiny little classrooms and just kind of play chess.
That's odd.
I But then Gongo went the next year and I think he got first place.
Oh,
That's
So
like
that was
chess.
kind of cool. It's very cool of him. I bet he can tell
I
the
have a
story
chess
when
freak
if
now.
we get him on.
Okay.
Anyways, that's my little funny little chess story.
Yeah,
My chess
I
origin
didn't
story,
really.
if you will.
How I got into chess was Mark was in a VC, and he was like, "Yo, Nachos, want to play chess?" And Nachos was like, "Sure." And then they started playing, and I was like, "Yo, I want to get into chess," and then I did. And it was like a month ago, or like 2 months ago, and
So
I am
wholesome.
actually kind of proud that I managed to like get this far in like a month, because there's this one kid in my school, because one school was open for like a brief period where I live.
Right.
There was this kid that I would play against in my class, and he was the best in chess in my class, I think. And like he was really good, and at the start I
Yeah.
really couldn't beat him, but like later on I started to be able to like actually beat him. And I remember like one of our teachers asked him when he started to like play chess, and he was like, when I was like 6. And I was like, oh, where did
Okay.
that go?
Sure thing. Yeah. No. Good job.
Congratulations.
This is me when the click is good at chess.
You win the clip.
Yeah.
Actually, that's surprising. If you learned about it, you like learned about it a month ago, and you know basically like everything I know and a bit more, despite me being in like a fucking chess class for like 3 years.
I wouldn't say I know more.
I'd say you know, Maury.
I say you're
Maybe.
pretty good at it.
Hey, everybody laugh at my joke. I made a funny joke about the sad game. The shit.
Dude, that's a really good game. That it has like really well written, and just yeah, it's great.
What is Omori?
Omori fans are fans of Omori and nothing else.
What's an Omori?
True.
That quote comes from my favorite philosopher, Redo de Pedro.
It's a game.
It's a
Dude,
game.
just
Yeah.
because I have like my own experience with writing and stuff, it's like I can just like I think I can appreciate just a bit more how well the writing in that game is. Like
Yeah.
it is so well done. Like in okay, I'm gonna start talking about my like story for a bit. Like I'm not gonna go into like actual deep like surface level stuff. Like I would try doing stuff like, okay, I wanna like I wanna develop this character, and like I wanna have them change slightly, and like it's like an easy thing. Like it seems like a very easy thing, but then you actually like try to do it, and it's just like there's all these little things like, oh, how am I gonna like start a dialogue with them like naturally when the story just won't allow it. And just stuff like that. It's especially because in my story, it's like I said, it's a Danganronpa story, so people die and other people try to figure out who killed them, and you need to write like a compelling mystery, like one that isn't predictable but makes sense. And
Right.
Who's the imposter?
so I think that's it for this
There
episode
is
of
an
the
ultimate
podcast.
That's the end
imposter.
of the
I learned
episode,
about
yep.
that today.
I think that's
Wait,
it for this episode of the
I just wanted to say that this entire episode I've been playing Crush Crush.
Oh my god. You did this last episode with Among Us,
Did-
Yono.
No!
Yono.
No!
Yono,
That's just
I
not
swear
true.
to
Us
God,
last
Yono.
But
episode.
yeah, I was
Yono.
saying, like I
You
have
need
to
to
write,
focus.
I need to write like compelling mysteries and stuff. So it's really hard to do. Like I would say that's the hardest thing to do, because everything else just kind of but like writing an actual mystery that is actually like not very easy to predict. It's been really challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Writing hard. Writing hard. I don't write shit.
This
Too
is me when I write.
difficult. Too difficult. My brain too small.
We're not good enough.
This is me when my brain.
On your
What?
brain? You have one?
Guys,
No, not
comment
anymore.
below if your brain is small.
No.
Well, anyways, thank you very much, Click, for joining us today on the podcast. Thank you for being patient with us while we set it up like 5 minutes before we had to start. We were very happy to have you here, and you told us some very cool stuff. Thank you. And that's basically it from all of us. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
goodbye. Comment down below. If you made it this far, comment brain small if your brain is small.
That's just not
Also,
true,
comment the
Goodbye, chat.
timestamp of. Wait. Comment the timestamp of where the Among Us is.
chat. I love you, chat.
Goodbye, chat.
Goodbye, chat. My name is Chat.